The greatest tragedy is not that you lack talent. It's not that you don't have the right connections. It's not even that life has been unfair. The greatest tragedy is that you keep losing to yourself. You're not being defeated by the world. You are being defeated by your lack of discipline. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. And too many people never cross that bridge. They stand at the edge of it, staring at their dreams on the other side, saying one day, but one day never comes because without discipline, dreams rot into regrets. Les Brown once said, "We must suffer one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret." And the truth is, you've been living with regret far too long. Every morning you wake up knowing you could be further along, knowing you could be stronger, wealthier, healthier, freer. But you keep choosing comfort instead of commitment. Let's tell the truth. Your lack of discipline is costing you everything. It's costing you the body you want. It's costing you the career you dream about. It's costing you the peace of mind you crave. It's costing you time. And time is the one thing you never get back. You say you want to change your life. You say you want freedom. You say you want success. But your actions reveal the truth. You want convenience more than you want transformation. You want the shortcut, the easy path, the quick result. But let me remind you, success has never been sold on discount. Discipline is always the price tag. Eric Thomas said, "When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful." That's the level of hunger discipline demands. It doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if you feel motivated. It doesn't care if life is hard. Discipline shows up whether you feel like it or not. And right now, many of you are losing the battle in the small moments. You say, "It's just one more hour of sleep." But that's one less hour chasing your destiny. You say, "It's just one more cheat meal." But that's one more step away from the body you promised yourself. You say, "I'll start tomorrow." But you said that yesterday and last week and last year. Tomorrow is the lie discipline exposes. Napoleon Hill wrote in his book, Think and Grow Rich. He wrote, "The person who cannot discipline themselves can never master anything in life." And that's why you're stuck, because without discipline, you're a prisoner of your own excuses. Discipline is freedom, but your lack of discipline is a chain around your neck. It keeps you tied to mediocrity. It keeps you trapped in cycles of starting and quitting. It keeps you from becoming the person you were born to be. Let me ask you a question. How many more years are you willing to waste? How many more times will you say, "This is my year," only to quit halfway? How many more mornings will you wake up, look in the mirror, and see the same story staring back at you? At some point, you've got to get tired of lying to yourself. At some point, you've got to admit that talent won't save you. Motivation won't save you. Nobody's coming to hand you the life you want. Discipline is the only key. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is the highest form of self-love. It's saying, "I refuse to abandon my future for temporary comfort." Discipline is the reason some people rise while others stay stuck. Discipline is why some people get wealthy while others stay broke. Discipline is why some people build legacies while others leave nothing behind but excuses. David Goggins said, "You are in danger of living a life so comfortable and soft that you will die without ever realizing your true potential." And that's the truth about undisciplined living. It feels good for the moment, but it's destroying you long term. You cannot build greatness on weak habits. You cannot write a legacy with lazy routines. You cannot change the world when you can't even change your own schedule. Look, you've already proven you can survive. You've already proven you can endure average. But can you prove to yourself that you can rise above it? Can you prove to yourself that you can conquer laziness, distraction, and temptation? Because if you can't, then your dreams will remain just that, dreams. Les Brown said, "Discipline weighs ounces, regret weighs tons." And right now, some of you are carrying tons of regret on your back every day, pretending you're fine. But you're not fine. You're tired of the cycle. You're tired of watching other people live the life you know you're capable of. You're tired of watching opportunities pass you by because you weren't disciplined enough to be ready. You're tired of being average, and average is the enemy. Success does not care how you feel. It cares how disciplined you are. That alarm clock? Discipline. That workout? Discipline. That business idea? Discipline. That study session? Discipline. It all comes back to one question. Are you willing to control yourself long enough to win? And here's the truth. The habit you refuse to break is the very habit that is breaking you. For some of you, it's procrastination. For others, it's addiction to comfort. For some, it's laziness. For others, it's distraction. But whatever your habit is, it's not just costing you time. It's costing you your destiny. And I need you to feel the weight of this. If you don't master discipline, life will master you. If you don't control yourself, you'll be controlled by regret, by failure, by mediocrity. The choice is always yours. Every morning, when you wake up, discipline is waiting for you, and regret is waiting too. Which one will you choose? Tony Robbins said, "It's not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives, but what we do consistently." Consistency is discipline in action. Think about the last time you told yourself, "I'll start tomorrow." How many times has tomorrow come and gone? How many dreams have died in the graveyard of tomorrow? Les Brown once said, "The graveyard is the richest place on earth, because it is here that you will find all the hopes and dreams that were never fulfilled." Not because those dreams weren't possible, but because discipline wasn't strong enough to carry them from imagination to reality. Discipline is the dividing line. Discipline is not about perfection. It's not about having the perfect plan, the perfect conditions, or the perfect timing. Discipline is about doing what you said you would do long after the mood you set it and has left you. Eric Thomas screams this truth. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. What he's really saying is this: desire alone is not enough. Wanting success is easy. Everybody wants it. The question is, are you disciplined enough to keep moving when you're tired? When no one claps for you? When temptation whispers, "Just quit"? Now let me tell you about the quiet thief. Lack of discipline doesn't destroy your life overnight. It's quiet, subtle, a thief in slow motion. You skip one workout. You eat that extra meal. You hit snooze. You scroll instead of study. You waste hours instead of building. And at first, nothing happens. Life looks the same, but slowly, the consequences pile up. Your body weakens. Your confidence fades. Your opportunities slip away. Your mind convinces you it's not worth trying anymore. This is how undisciplined living robs you. Not in a dramatic moment, but in the silent erosion of your potential. The chain of small choices. Napoleon Hill wrote in Think and Grow Rich, "One of the main weaknesses of mankind is the average man's familiarity with the word impossible. He knows all the rules that will not work. He knows all the things that cannot be done. But why does he live that way? Because discipline was never established. Because the habit of quitting was chosen over the habit of persistence. Understand this. Success is not one big leap. It's the chain of small, disciplined choices you make every single day. Every workout matters. Every book you read sharpens your mind. Every hour you focus while others are distracted builds an invisible gap between you and them. Every sacrifice compounds into a life that most people only dream of. Discipline turns ordinary people into extraordinary forces. Pain is the price of freedom. Now, let me hit you with the truth most people run from. The pain of discipline is temporary. The pain of regret is eternal. David Goggins said, "Most people don't know how to win. They're used to losing. And once you get used to losing, it becomes normal." Why does it become normal? Because discipline was abandoned, and comfort became the default. But here's the paradox. Comfort is a cage. The moment you choose ease over effort, you've already accepted slavery to mediocrity. The disciplined pay with sweat, sacrifice, and focus. But in return, they gain freedom. Freedom to live life on their terms. Freedom to look back without regret. Freedom to know that they gave everything. The undisciplined? They pay too. They pay with regret, with broken dreams, with years of wasted potential, with the constant question haunting them at night. What if I had been stronger? Look at your life. Let me ask you, where has lack of discipline cost you? Did you lose time you can never get back? Did you lose a relationship because you couldn't control your habits? Did you lose money because you didn't stay consistent with your plan? Did you lose respect for yourself because you broke promises to your own soul? These aren't small losses. These are life-shaping, destiny-altering consequences. Discipline is self-respect. Let me say something people don't realize. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is self-respect. Every time you choose discipline, you are declaring, "I am worthy of success. I am worthy of the best. I'm not average." Muhammad Ali said, "I hated every minute of training, but I said don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion." That's the difference. The champion suffers for a season. The quitter suffers forever. You must confront the mirror. This is the moment where you must confront yourself. Not your boss, not your parents, not your friends. Yourself. The mirror doesn't lie. The life you're living today is the sum of your disciplines yesterday. And the life you will live tomorrow is the sum of your disciplines today. You can't run from it. You can't escape it. You either face it or you fall. You've heard the truth. Lack of discipline is costing you your health, your confidence, your opportunities, and your dreams. But here's the good news. You don't have to stay stuck. You don't have to keep paying the price of regret. Right now, in this very moment, you could decide to live differently. Discipline is a decision before it's a habit. People think discipline is about waking up at 5 a.m., running 10 miles, or building million-dollar businesses. Those are outcomes. The root of discipline is a decision that says, "I will no longer betray myself. I will no longer put off what I know I must do. I will no longer let feelings decide my future." Once you make that decision, the habits come. The consistency follows. The identity of a disciplined person begins to shape itself inside of you. Tony Robbins says, "It's not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives. It's what we do consistently." Consistency is the child of discipline. Small victories build giants. Do not underestimate small wins. You don't become disciplined by climbing mountains in a day. You become disciplined by conquering little hills every morning. Making your bed, reading 10 pages, doing 10 push-ups, writing 1 page of your plan, saying no to 1 distraction. Each small win is a brick. Over time, those bricks build an unshakable fortress of character. James Clear, in his book Atomic Habits, explained, "Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become." Discipline is not one big dramatic moment. It's thousands of little votes cast in the direction of your future. The disciplined mind is a weapon. Understand this. A disciplined mind is the most dangerous weapon you can carry in life. When your mind is disciplined, distractions lose power. Temptations lose grip. Excuses lose their voice. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you'll find strength. That strength is discipline. The kind of strength that allows you to face storms without breaking. When you master your mind, you master your actions. When you master your actions, you master your results. The secret to freedom. Let me flip the script. People think discipline limits them, that it chains them, that it steals freedom. But the truth is the opposite. Discipline with money gives you financial freedom. Discipline with health gives you the freedom to live without disease. Discipline with time gives you the freedom to create, to love, to travel, to build. Discipline with focus gives you the freedom to achieve the life most people only fantasize about. Jocko Willink said it best, "Discipline equals freedom." And he's right. The undisciplined live like slaves to impulse. The disciplined live like kings and queens with authority over their own lives. Discipline is love for your future self. Think about it like this. Every time you choose discipline, you are loving your future self. You are saying, "I care enough about the person I am becoming to pay the price today." When you wake up early, when you exercise, when you study, when you work instead of wasting time, that's love. That's respect. That's vision. Your future self is waiting for you to fight for them, waiting for you to be strong enough to sacrifice for them, waiting for you to choose discipline today so they can live in freedom tomorrow. No one escapes the price. Let me repeat this truth. No one escapes paying a price. You either pay the price of discipline now, or you pay the price of regret later. There is no third option. There is no shortcut. There is no magic formula. Arnold Schwarzenegger said, "The worst thing I can be is the same as everybody else." I hate that. What separated Arnold wasn't luck. It was the discipline to train, to focus, to outwork. You want greatness? You want freedom? You want to change your family's legacy? Then embrace the price. Embrace the pain. Embrace the grind. Because that grind is shaping you into who you were meant to be, building the unstoppable version of you. So how do you become unstoppable? How do you transform discipline from something you try to something you are? Set non-negotiables. Decide the things you will do daily, no matter what. It could be reading, exercising, journaling, or working on your business. These are not optional. These are law. Cut the excuses. Stop negotiating with weakness. Excuses feel good for a moment, but they destroy your life forever. Surround yourself with warriors. The disciplined sharpen the disciplined. If you hang with the lazy, you will adopt their habits. If you hang with the hungry, you'll rise. Embrace discomfort. Discomfort is proof that you are growing. Stop running from it. Start welcoming it. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Discipline isn't about never failing. It's about never quitting. Your new identity. Here's the final truth. Discipline is not something you do. It's someone you become. You're not a person who works out. You're disciplined. You're not a person who saves money. You're disciplined. You're not a person who reads daily. You're disciplined. It's your identity. It's your standard. It's your DNA. Once discipline becomes your identity, success becomes inevitable. Because disciplined people always rise. Always. A call to rise. So here's the question only you can answer. Will you keep paying the price of regret? Or will you finally pay the price of discipline and step into the life you were born to live? You already know the answer. Deep down, you've always known. That's why you're here. That's why you're listening. That's why something inside of you is burning right now. Because you're tired of being average. You're tired of living below your potential. You're tired of letting undisciplined choices steal your future. This is your call to rise. Your call to discipline. Your call to freedom. From this moment on, you decide. You commit. You live disciplined. And you never go back. Discipline is the bridge between who you are now and who you're meant to be. Every choice is a step closer to greatness or a step deeper into regret. So choose wisely. Choose strength. Choose focus. Choose discipline. Because the truth is simple. With discipline, everything is possible. Without it, nothing lasts. Now go out there and live the life you were born to live. If this message is speaking to you, don't forget to subscribe to The Balanced Beat for more life-changing wisdom and powerful motivation. Hit that like button to support the channel and share this with someone who needs to hear it today. We're building something meaningful here, and your support means everything.